Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts Mark and Sam. This week we'll be telling you what we've been watching, reading, listening to and playing. We'll be covering our top 5 most anticipated films coming in the next year, and we'll be reviewing The Phantom of the Opera. Okay, first we'll move on to the comfy chair. What have you been up to this week, Sam?
I've been playing some games, mostly been reading this manga I found about. It's called Beelzebub.
Beelzebub?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about it.
It's about this boy that finds just a body floating down the river.
Yeah.
And when it comes up to him, it opens up and there's a baby inside.
Really?
It's not like incredibly gory, it just sort of opens up and it's this huge empty space.
Okay.
And he eventually finds out that the baby's a demon lord.
It sounds a bit like Hellboy, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit. It seems a lot like Hellboy.
The baby's evil? Or
No, the baby's not evil, it's just sort of there.
Okay.
It's funny, though. The baby bestows upon him this mark called the Seal of the Flies, or the Zebub spell.
Yeah. Go on.
Essentially slowly turns him into a demon.
Okay.
And,
so that's a good read, is it?
yeah, it's quite a good read.
What is it? Colour, black and white?
It's black and white.
Okay, is it traditional manga type of deal? Right. Oh, I've not even heard of that one. Is it very famous, or is it a fairly...
I don't know. I think it's quite a new release compared to...
cool. Oh, okay. And reading anything else?
No, not really.
I haven't read much in the way of graphic novels or anything like that. I've been reading some old man magazines I found. They're not quite as fun as I remember them. I used to read them a lot when I was younger.
They're aimed for kids.
Well, not really. They're more teenage upwards. The ones I've been reading are things like pastiches of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and things like that. It's that sort of era. So it shows you how old these are. They're okay. They pass the time. I also finished a book, Mark Commode's book, a new one, which is... No, I think it's named after this podcast. It's called The Good, the Bad and the Multiplex. I could be wrong there, though. Which is a pretty good read. It's essentially a 300-page rant about the state of modern cinema and how it's all going down the pan. It's quite entertaining, though. He blames everything on Michael Bay. That's the answer. That's the short
A good
answer.
idea.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining. I haven't played many games really. How about you?
I've been playing some Dead Island and Army of Two. Dead Island's fun. Incredibly scary, but fun.
That's the zombies on the tropical paradise.
Yeah.
This has only just come out, I think, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Xbox version.
And I expected it to be like Left 4 Dead 2 sort of stuff, yeah. You just sort of wail through armies of zombies every level. No, it's more like Fallout is the closest thing.
It's fairly
more like a
empty
cross
and
between
quiet.
Fallout 3 and Dead Rising.
So they're slow.
I got this incredibly powerful knife.
Right, let's just be clear for people that don't know them games. So it's a few zombies, but they're fast.
Few zombies. Some aren't very fast. Some are really fast.
Right. But there's not many of them, and they come out of nowhere, do they?
Yeah, they seem to come out of nowhere.
So it's making you jump rather than being
The thing is,
fun.
sometimes you'll be walking along. There's a few bodies, and 2 of them will get up and be zombies.
Yeah.
But you come back later, and all of them will get up and be zombies. It's like, damn it.
So you got to be careful where you go and stuff. And what is it? You got safe havens, have you, and things like that?
Yeah, sort of. You've got areas that you can go where there aren't any zombies.
Right. Now, I saw the intro to this. I haven't played it, but I saw the intro, and you can
The intro has nothing in relation to the...
Yeah, but sorry.
games,
You
nothing.
pick a character, don't you? So you can be a firearms, a blunt
firearms
weapons.
expert. I was the blunt weapons expert. The rapper.
Right. And there's a knife thrower, isn't there? And
There's a
another
sharp
one
weapons,
weapons.
which is a reporter.
Right.
A thrower who looks like an ex-military guy.
Yes, he does. The blunt weapons look quite cool, yes. I think I'm probably going to play it as that. I've got a yen to play it as the shooter, though, perhaps. But as a woman, it just doesn't feel right playing as a woman, I don't know. If you're a woman, it'd be fine, I'm sure. Okay, any other games?
Army of Two, I'm getting to this point where they're trying to be extracted from the burning city that they're in,
Yeah.
and their chopper that they're getting out, who's got a friend, which has a friend on board, just gets blown to smithereens.
Okay, so they're trapped.
They're stuck, and they realise that they can't get out of there.
Yeah.
There's no escaping there, and one of them just looks at this poster, this sort of like a propaganda poster.
Yeah.
Just goes, "I'm gonna kill him." And then they just sort of wade through armies of guys to get to this one guy.
Have you played it all the way through then?
No, I'm getting near
Oh,
the end.
okay, but you're getting near the end. Oh, okay. It sounds a good game. Good game. Which of the two do you prefer?
I prefer what are the games or the?
Those two. Of those two.
I
Which
prefer.
which
It's a
one?
hard choice.
Well, they sound kind of similar.
Sort of.
How would you rate Dead Island compared to some of the other zombie games? How is it?
Higher.
Say,
It's a much
it's better than,
game.
than
Left 4
any
Dead.
others.
It depends on which type of zombie you prefer. If you prefer the slow sort of stuff that might run, yeah, Dead Island. If you prefer George Romero sort of stuff, Left 4 Dead's your game.
Yeah. Oh, I see. All right, fair enough. What about TV or movies or anything?
No, not really any TV or movies.
I've actually been packing in quite a lot of films. In fact, we watched one of them together, Planet of the Apes. We watched together,
yeah.
didn't we? The Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes, the original 1968 version, which I enjoyed watching again. I thought it was quite good. It was a bit less corny than I remember, actually. I remember it being
I didn't
quite...
think it was very corny.
No, it wasn't. It was good. The music was good. It was kind of driving. It took much longer to get to Ape City than I remember. I thought it was only like 10 minutes
I
before
still
they
can't
got to...
believe that's a film for children.
Well, it's a different time. If you look at films around that time, and then also in the 80s, there seemed to be quite a lot of laxity in what children see. I mean, well, even the 70s, Jules was an A, which is equivalent to a PG when it came out. When you watch it now, it's like, what? And, there's things like Ghostbusters, when you watch it, you forget. You remember it being, oh yeah, that's fine for kids. When you actually listen to it, there's quite a lot of naughty words in it. So we watched Planet of the Apes. We both enjoyed that, really, didn't we? Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I watched a Hitchcock film I've been wanting to watch for years called North by Northwest with Cary Grant, which was fine. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was fine. And I can sort of see how it's meant to be an influence of James Bond, and I can see that because he's very suave, lots of action. I do think it was one of the early, really, really significant action films, though, because I can't remember much made before it where they had this kind of action chasing and excitement and sort of weird locations and stuff going on. Because there's scenes where they're at Mount Rushmore where the president's faces are and things like that. It was okay though. It was okay. It's just not as good as I was expecting. I think my expectations were set a bit high by what I've read about it. I also watched the old Wolfman, the one with Lon Chaney Jr. from the 40s, which again was okay. There was some really good bits in it, but a lot of it was a bit
Lon
melodramatic.
Chaney was in a lot.
He was, and to be honest, he's not that good. It's more the fact he was the son of Lon Chaney Sr., who was like said to be a really significant, great horror actor, which he was. But Lon Chaney Jr. just look a bit like a truck driver, really. He's okay as Larry Talbot in The Wolfman. And he gets better as that, but it's not much else I think he's very good in, to be honest, myself. But it was alright to watch The Wolfman. And another film I watched, which was a bit of an ordeal, was Battlefield Earth, which I watched it with something called Riff Tracks, which I know you know about. But Riff Tracks is like guys that provide funny commentaries to movies. I think they're some of the guys that used to do Mystery Science Theatre, and they basically you can buy tracks from their site and listen to them while you watch the films. And I watched Battlefield Earth. I don't think I could have probably made it without that. However, it was kind of funny in a pretty bad way. It was like weird. I don't know. It was like watching Klingons trying to act like Bertie Wooster. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from the alien race that John Travolta belonged to, which was called the Cyclos. But the human actor in it, the guy who was like the main human actor, as it were, he was pretty good. But this must have killed his career stone dead. Altogether, it really didn't work very well. The CGI wasn't very good when it got going either. It was just odd, really.
I still don't get the basic idea. They set off an explosion on the planet which will destroy the planet.
Well, what it
And
is,
the
I'll
idea is
explain.
supposed to be that the entire planet has never had an explosion on it.
No, it's not that. No. I've read the book, actually. I read the book a number of years ago, so
I'm
I
just
knew
talking
what's
about
gonna
the
happen.
film.
Yes, but I can tell you from the book and the film, I can explain it. The planet, the atmosphere of that planet, the gas that those aliens breathe, reacts with radiation to produce explosions. Now, don't ask me about the physics; it's all nonsense. But essentially, you set off an atomic bomb or set off a significant amount of radiation on that planet, the whole planet's going to go up. So that's how it happened. It wasn't the fact that the whole planet was combustible gas.
In the film, it's just the whole atmosphere is combustible gas.
Well, in the book, it was more that it was reactive against radiation, which is why there were still humans around, because those living near radiation were safe from the cyclones. Anyway, it was a really terrible film. But entertaining through watching riff tracks. Okay, I think that covers what we've done this week. Anything else you can think of?
No.
Okay. Alright, we'll move on to number 5 is Alive.
Number 5 is Alive.
Right, what we've done here is we had a look at a site that's told us the films that are coming out in the next 12 months. The site was called Movie Insider. Now, it's American listing, so it's not quite the same listing as what we'd probably get here, but that's the nearest we could get. So what we did is it gave us a reasonably full list of all the movies coming out, so we reviewed them until September 2012. So, would you like to start, Sam, or shall I?
No, sorry, I got the entire thing wrong. I thought we were just doing it for this year.
Okay, well, you do it for this year, and I'll do it. I've done it for up till September of next year, so the list will be slightly different. And yours
I
will
did
be a
it
bit
till
short.
December.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, you go with your list, and I'll go with mine. We'll just
There
do
really
it.
wasn't much.
All right, then go on. Then what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Tintin, which is out in December.
Is it really? I missed that one. I think that
I think
would
it's
have been
like
mine.
Secret of the Unicorn something.
That does sound great.
It's
Well,
Tintin. It comes up with the very
It's-
odd titles.
Yeah, that's Spielberg,
Yeah, I think it is.
and I think he's collaborating with someone else.
I think it's
Is
Peter
that-
Jackson.
Is it Peter Jackson? Well, that's got brilliant written all over it with those two, but you just never know, do you? It's Tintin. We'll see. But you're looking forward to that, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Well,
to see how it'll be.
my number 5 is also coming out this year, and it's the Muppets movie. And yeah, Muppets movies are hit and miss. Sometimes they're really fantastic, like in Muppets Christmas Carol. Sometimes they're not so good. What's the one where they go into space? That's not really
Muppets in Space.
good. Yeah, they take ages to get into space.
They don't even go into space.
But the reason I'm looking forward to this one is someone connected to it that I think might make it really good. There's a guy called Jason Segel connected who wrote the screenplay, who I actually saw in a film a few years ago, a film called Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's one of the main characters. But one of his dreams is to stage this play, this puppet play, about the story of Dracula. Which sounds really bad, but he actually does a really good job. He does stage it in the end, and it's really good, and it reminds you of the Count from Sesame Street somewhat, and it's really good. And I remember seeing it and thinking, this guy would make a really good Muppets film, and lo and behold, he's connected to the Muppets. So I've got a good feeling about this film. I think it'll be very good.
That's just reminded me of this picture I saw online. It was just the Count from Sesame Street punching Edward Cullen on Twilight.
Yeah. Well, that sounds fair to me.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
paid
more
to
of
say
a
that.
vampire than Edward Cullen.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Let's not get diverted onto Twilight, for goodness sakes. There is probably another Twilight film coming out now. Let's not talk about it. Anyway,
There is.
what's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Three Musketeers, because I saw the old one and thought this could be good because I liked the story, and there wasn't much else.
Do you know who's in it?
No, just a
No, I
moment.
don't. Have a look on IMDb. Is it? It's not like it's not like a Disney one, is it? It's a live action one.
I'm pretty sure.
Have a quick look. Let's find out about it. I'll tell you what. While you're doing that, I'll tell you my number 4. My number 4 is coming out in March next year, and it's a film called John Carter, which is a really a nondescript title, but it's actually based on a set of books by the chappie that wrote Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs. It is. He wrote a whole series of books called John Carter on Mars, which wasn't a bad set of books. It's got a kind of Flash Gordon-y vibe to it, and I just think that it's got an enormous potential to be really, really entertaining. So I'm looking forward to that. As I say, John Carter. I don't know who's connected to it or anything like that, but I am really looking forward to seeing this film. Okay, how are you doing with that one?
Okay, I found a few people that are in it. One's Percy Jackson from Percy Jackson and the
Yeah,
Lightning
well that's
Thief.
okay. He's not bad.
One was in the Thor film. He was, I believe, the fat one of the
Yeah, Ray
Warriors
Stevens. I've
3.
just remembered Ray Stevenson. He was the Punisher in Punisher Warzone as well.
Ah,
He's very good, actually. Yeah, I can see that as one of the Elder Musketeers. Yeah.
one of them was in Clash of the Titans. It doesn't say his role.
Okay. Well, there was a lot of good. It wasn't a great film, but there was a lot of good people in it.
The other's Matthew McFadden.
McFadden.
Yeah.
Yeah, name rings a bell. Can't place him. Okay, well that
Pride
sounds
and
alright.
Prejudice. So
Nah, still doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, well, what's your number 3?
Johnny English Reborn, because what I saw of the first film, I liked.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
really
alright.
funny.
Yes, it was okay. It went along well. I always thought Rowan Atkinson could do something a bit better though, and hopefully he will in this one. Having said that, he's made a lot of money as in the Mr. B movies and Johnny English, so he's got box office potential. We all know how funny he is from like Blackadder and such like. Yeah, it could be very good. It could be very good. There's a lot of people in it that have either been in James Bond or should be in James Bond. So he's got the right kind of cast. If he's going for an old-fashioned, not old-fashioned, but sort of a mid-80s, 90s kind of Bond vibe. Not so much now with Daniel Craig, but pre-Daniel
I like
Craig.
Daniel
Bond.
Craig.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with him, but I can't see the vibe that he goes for being suitable for Rowan Atkinson to get some laughs out of. The Pierce Brosnan kind of thing, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Can I do my? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Number 3. My number 3 is one I have been looking forward to for so long. It's ridiculous, and it's Dredd. It's the Judge Dredd movie. Now, I'm one of the few people that actually quite like the Stallone.
I liked it.
Yeah.
But
I liked it. There was some cool
everyone
jokes.
else seems to hate it.
Yeah, well, the problem is they had some really bad things in it. They rushed some of the character development, like the Angel Gang were in and out of it before you know it.
The Angel Gang were brilliant.
They were good in it, but they weren't in it long enough. They should have been the bad characters, not his brother, in my opinion. And there were some dreadful jokes in it, and they made the cardinal mistake. What's the one cardinal thing you should never do in a Judge Dredd film? No.
Oh yeah, the unhelmeting him.
Don't take your helmet off.
Never take Judge Dredd's
Stallone
helmet
was
off.
great until
Unless
he took
his
helmet
face is covered.
Unless his face is covered. And they're deliberately doing that in this film. He's either not taking his helmet off, or when he does, you never see his face. And apparently it's a day in the life of kind of film. It's basically taking a rookie.
That's still quite...
Yeah, it's Judge Dredd, isn't it? It's got to be awesome. I'd really like this to be successful and then lead into one of the proper stories. Preferably the Apocalypse
Judge
War.
Death.
Or Judge Death. Or
Cursed Earth.
But I personally would like to see Judge Dredd in the Apocalypse War, because I just think that really shows the judges as completely lethal. And it's a very interesting kind of story. I'm looking at what I thought it was going to be out this December, but checking the times now, it's not out till next September, which is a real shame. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Okay, your number 2?
Muppets.
Muppets 2, yes.
Yeah.
So you want to see the Muppets 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think it'd be very good. I personally, sometimes I think almost everything could be improved by having the Muppets in it, frankly. Or a Muppet version of it. There's very few films you think, This would be much worse if the Muppets did it.
The guys from South Park attempt to do a similar thing, sort of with
What, in an
with
episode?
Armageddon, to make them all puppets, and they said they wouldn't have to change the script at all because it's that stupid.
Yeah, that's true. I would watch a Muppets Armageddon. Let's put it that way. All right. So Muppets. My number 2. Is that all right if I move on to my number 2? Is Ridley Scott's next film, which is called Prometheus. This stars Michael Fassbender, who was Magneto in the X-Men First Class movie, who was very good in that. And it was originally intended to be a direct prequel to the Alien franchise, but apparently it's evolved into a bigger and more significant story than that. Though apparently they are specifically going to be answering the question, who was the space jockey alien thing that they found at the beginning of Alien with the stomach exploding?
Yeah.
Exploded outwards. What was that all about? That's answered.
I'm actually curious about that because you see, like, human aliens turn into what's commonly called drones, the most common type.
Yeah.
Dog aliens turn into runners. What does something that size turn into?
Something enormous. But it would have laid the eggs, and obviously the female must have disappeared, or we just didn't see it. Or was it the female in Aliens? Who knows? I do remember reading one of the Aliens. It was Alien versus Batman.
Yeah, there's a crocodile one.
There's a crocodile one, and it's absolutely enormous because it's a great big crocodile. It's a huge alien that Batman has to fight, and that was quite interesting.
He drops it in lava, if I remember.
Yeah, I think he did. Or water. No, it can't have been water. It must have been lava. Something like that. It was in a cave. He had to fight it in a cave. But this Prometheus sounds really quite promising. It is being made in 3D, which I'm not that happy about. I'm not a fan of 3D. And Ridley Scott has said I think he's gone on record as saying this is his first and last 3D movie. He just doesn't like the medium, it's turned out. But I could be wrong about that. We'll see.
Well, hopefully he does it sort of Avatar way and not trying to sort of go, oh, this sticks out the screen. and just sort of tries to make it give it depth.
All I know is the fact that Michael Fassbender is connected is a really good thing. It's a good thing. Him and he's one of the leading lights in cinema, in my opinion, as an actor. Anyway, your number 1.
My number 1 is Sherlock Holmes 2.
Man, I completely forgot this film. When's that out?
December, I believe.
Is it really? I thought it was next year sometime. Okay, well that's all right. I really liked the first film. I thought it was a really good version of Sherlock Holmes.
It's out December 16th.
Right, my mistake. Okay, yeah, good choice. Completely missed that one. I must have missed that as I was going down the list. Excellent choice, I'd say. Yeah, that would have been on my list if I'd have spotted that, I think. And yeah, I can see why that'd be number 1. My number 1 is next year. And it's...
what could this be?
Do you want to say it? Do you want to guess?
No.
It's Dark Knight Rises, out in July next year. Well, there's not much to be said, really. Christopher Nolan's really elevated this series, and the fact that it's got Bane in, which is a very good character.
I hope he's the smart Bane.
I'm sure
not
he's the
stupid
smart Bane.
Bane.
It can't be the Bane from Batman or Robin. There's no way.
What?
I mean,
What?
No, never mind. I didn't mention that. No, I mean in the comics, there's only a smart Bane, isn't there? There's not any other type of Bane.
Yeah.
And there's some interesting. I've read a few speculations what the plot may involve. And apparently the Ra's al Ghul's involved in some way, which is kind of interesting. Does Ra's al Ghul recruit Bane or pay him? Presumably, Ra's al Ghul's gone, so presumably he could have mentored Bane the way he mentored Batman. Are they kindred in some way? Both being part of the League of Assassins. Is it the League of Assassins? I can never remember.
The League of Shadows.
League of Shadows, sorry, League of Shadows. Or something like that. Is this a vendetta thing? Who knows? We'll see when the film comes out. It looks really good, though. I'm also intrigued by the role of Catwoman in it. Or Selena Kyle, I should say.
Anne Hathaway, I believe.
Yeah, I've seen her on a bat pod. It looks really good.
Yeah, she steals the bat pod from Well,
And apparently she's been doing martial arts training, so there's definitely some sort of fighting involved with her as well. And of course, Tom Hardy is all kinds of
Huge.
awesome, really. I've seen some trailers of him in a film he's done that's coming out recently called Warrior, and he looks huge in that, and apparently got even bigger to be Bane.
Well, you'd need to be.
Yeah. And not only is he bolt up, but he's a fantastic actor. Him and Michael Fassbender, in my opinion, are the two best actors working today. That's how strongly I feel about those two.
Although I hope they have the sort of transformation from the sort of skinny thing that Bane normally is to his muscly self.
Well, no, that's not quite true, is it?
Yeah,
he's
it
fairly
is.
thick, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big guy, but he gets much bigger when he's
he gets
on Venom.
bigger, but he was a big guy before any of that. That's how he survived it. He was so big and
well,
fit.
he lived in the prison.
Yeah, he born and raised in
I think
prison.
they did that sort of right in The Abomination, where they had the guy chained
the
down
film we
and he
won't
went
talk
really
about.
skinny and then got bulky.
No, I
They
thought
did
that
it
was
right
stupid.
there,
No.
but nothing else about him.
No, that was silly. That was silly.
Because that's how
He
it
should have
works,
at
it's
least
near
been a
instant.
bit-
The change.
Right, okay. Have you got any honourable mentions?
None. I told you I got barely anything to work with that's not already out.
All right. Well, I had a few. One from this year, The Thing, the prequel. It's called The Thing, but it's going to be a prequel to The Thing from 1982, the John Carpenter thing. It could be terrible, it could be good. I'm hoping it's good. At least they haven't tried to replicate Kurt Russell, and the main character's a girl, which makes it a bit different. And I just like the first. And apparently they've gone for exactly the same style, so ideally you should be able to watch this one and then watch the 1982 one back to, one after the other, and it stylistically look exactly the same. They've gone for a very similar style, apparently. We'll see. That's out in October. Other ones I'm sort of looking forward to, the Avengers film, out in May. Mainly because Joss Whedon's involved, and I've got a lot of time for Joss
Anything
Whedon.
Joss Whedon touches is gold.
Oh, I don't know. It's made it's a few things are a bit naff, but Firefly's just all kinds of awesome. So anything he does fine by me. It'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out. And a few other ones that kind of intrigued me on the title, really. Well, one that intrigued me on the title: Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I know there was a book called that, a jokey book. We'll see. We'll see if Honest Abe was a true, vampire hunter. Also, Spider-Man's out in July. That's got to be worth a look. Other ones I'm
from a
looking
look.
forward to.
Oh dear, a new Godzilla film.
Yeah, there was a Godzilla film.
Ghostbusters
I'm
3,
interested in
Riddick,
Yes, Riddick's out. Yeah.
Kung Fu Hustle 2,
Yeah, I just don't think they'll ever top Kung Fu Hustle.
Dead Space.
What are you doing? Just reading the list?
Yeah, I'm
out
just
now?
looking at ones that look good because
Yeah.
I didn't have any. I thought it was the original.
Yeah. Other ones I'm looking forward to that I don't think are out in the next year, but coming after that is the next Star Trek film, Star Trek 2. I'm really looking forward to. World War Z. I'm looking forward to because I read the book, and I think it's got potential to be an awesome film. However, what I've heard about it makes it sound like they just picked one of the many stories in World War Z and running with it, but we'll see. I'm also really looking forward to the Deadpool film, if and when it gets made. I just really
I really
love
hope
Deadpool.
that it does get made.
Well, I hope they make it to a proper Deadpool standard, because Deadpool is one funny dude, and I just like that to be put on screen properly. Any others while you're having a look?
I saw Ghost Rider, I think.
Yeah, there's a new Ghost Rider. It's Nicolas Cage again, but what I've heard is it's not a sequel. It's like they're just trying again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that, because I thought that it wasn't that bad. It was fine, really. What do you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I don't see why they're trying to distance themselves from it. Who knows? Who knows? And if they are, why did they pick Nicolas Cage again? It doesn't make sense.
Ghost Rider looks much better.
Yeah, I thought he looked alright in the first film, though. I liked it. I liked Ghost Rider. It was alright. Okay, shall we move on to the next the film review. There can be
Okay.
only one. You ready?
Yeah.
There can be only one.
This week we're reviewing The Phantom of the Opera, which I think was made in 2004, directed by Joel Schumacher, and it starred Gerard Butler, Emily Rossum, and Patrick Wilson. Like I say, it was directed by Joel Schumacher, who has an Apache career. We've talked about some Batman films that we'd rather not even talk
what?
about. But he was responsible for the two of them, the pretty bad but not really, really terrible Batman Forever, and the really, really terrible Batman Forever.
I like Jim Carrey in Batman.
Yeah, Batman Forever wasn't. Let's put it this way: I saw Batman Forever and I thought it was okay. It didn't put me off of seeing Batman and Robin. If I'd have seen Batman and Robin, I'd have not bothered seeing anything after that by Joel Schumacher. That's for sure. But he's made some good films too. One I remember is Flatliners, which was an odd little film about medical students who want to see what death's like. So they actually induce death on themselves and then revive each other just to see what it's like. So they flatline, effectively. It leads to a very sinister sort of plot. Which was okay, and the quite excellent Lost Boys was pretty good. He made both of those. Now I've said bad things about him in terms of Batman, and now we're going to talk about his version of Phantom of the Opera. I'm not going to give you a synopsis of the plot. I'm going to assume you'll know what Phantom of the Opera is all about. You chose this, didn't you, Sam?
Yeah.
Why'd you choose it?
On the site I go on called That Guy with the Glasses, I saw recently a guy had done a video on it.
Yeah.
So I thought that looks not too bad. I sort of want to watch that.
Yeah.
Just
So
see
we
what
watched
it's
it.
like. So we watched it.
And what was your overall opinion?
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think his style suited this film down to the ground, actually. What doesn't work for it suited this film in a way it didn't suit Batman at all. Batman was just awful when it was like opulent and colourful and, garish almost. But this film, it suited very well, didn't it? So actually it was quite a good job. What did you like about it? Was there anything you specifically liked?
No, I can't really narrow it down.
Any particular scenes or particular actors? Or
I liked the mask ball that really well, quite a lot.
Yes, it was very good.
They're all
wasn't
around
it?
in mask and he just appears with the skull,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
I liked the overall look and feel of it. I thought it looked really good and it felt really quite immersive. And I thought it was quite good casting. I thought Gerard Butler was a really good Phantom. And Emily Rossum as Christine was really excellent, actually. She sang really beautifully. Patrick Wilson, he's always good. He's kind of chameleonic. He's good in this. But he was definitely the lesser character when you compared him, say, to the Phantom. For some reason, he always reminds me of Frank Skinner as well. He looks a bit like Frank Skinner. If any Americans listen to this, or non-UK people, he's a British comedian. Do you think he looked like Frank Skinner?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Was there anything you didn't like?
I could have thought the Phantom wouldn't make a sort of quite great change, because she sort of pulled off his mask and his hair went all dodgy and changed colour, and it wasn't that deformed if you actually took the time.
It wasn't that bad, was it? But what was weird was he had this little mask on a lot of the time and it looked fine, and then when she took it off,
All
it was like his
half
entire
of his face was gone.
Yeah,
his hair
so-
was like a foot long, and it was really
It was
bizarre.
weird. It didn't work, did it? That bit. It just looked odd. The before the mask and after the mask didn't match up. Didn't make sense. It took you out of the film a bit, I think. One thing I will say, I wasn't that much of a fan of the music, actually, for a musical. It had two really good songs, which were the Phantom of the Opera song and the Music of the Night, and the rest of it wasn't that memorable, or it was just repeating those songs till it finally kind of started to get on your nerves.
No, I think the repeating of the songs was supposed to be sort of
Well, it's
quite
the-
intentional and quite superb, like when he's on stage with her.
Yeah,
and you start singing the love song between her and Raoul
yeah,
because he knows Raoul's watching.
yeah. I'll come to that scene. I do want to talk about that scene a bit later. Well, let's talk about it now. I've got that down as one of the best bits of it. The bit where he was on the scene with her was really intense and excellent. I thought. Oh, it really blew me away. And it was while I was watching it, I'm thinking, I wish I'd have seen this on the big screen now. Because that bit where there was just the two of them on the stage with the masks, I thought was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, and it did work there. Yeah, I'll say it got a bit irritating. It didn't really for those two. They're quite good songs, and that they hold up. And yeah, they gave it enough variation. It wasn't too bad, but it was just I noticed that the whole thing really was buoyed up by those two songs. It wasn't like there were 10 really good songs. Say like in Oliver, it was like there were 2 songs, and the rest of them you didn't really remember much. So they kept coming back to those other songs. Something that didn't work. Oh, the other thing I really liked was Carlotta. I thought she was really good, actually. That was a good character. She was like the Italian prima donna who was like always fussing and wanting her own way and being petulant. She was quite good in that. The other thing was it worked really well as a musical, I thought, and as a drama. It wasn't horrific or anything, was it? It wasn't a horror film. It was more operatic, which I guess is the intention. And it was definitely entertaining. It was quite a long film. It was 2 hours 20, something like that. But it didn't get boring at all. A few things didn't work for me. The 2 owners of the opera didn't really work. I don't think they were very good, actually. They couldn't sing very well, and I just don't think they came across as very charismatic or memorable. How do you feel about that? Was there any other characters like that?
What,
that you liked or disliked?
I liked the Phantom, really. He was
Phantom
brilliant.
was very good. That was one of the things about the film was the Phantom was so good and like it wasn't bad looking even with his mask off. And I kept thinking, why doesn't she just go off with the Phantom and leave the drippy Count behind? Which I know spoils the story, but it's just he was a bit too good looking and masculine and stuff, wasn't he? Really, and sort of intense. Yeah.
If you don't know what it looks like, imagine Gerard Butler with one eye sort of pulled open
And a bit
bottom,
scarred.
and that's really it.
Yeah. You get a bit of the backstory as well, where he came from, which I never knew, and I don't know if they put it in for this film or whether it's in the original story. He was like in a freak show and got rescued by one of the dancers. Which was, yeah, alright, that's where he came from, but how did he become an expert in music? How did he know how to train
He
people?
lived in the opera house.
Well,
That's the
okay,
point.
alright, yeah. Maybe he was just very talented.
Oh man, I found something on IMDb. Meatloaf and Michael Jackson wanted to play the Phantom.
Meatloaf?
Yeah.
Well, that's a no-no, isn't it? Never going to...
Michael
Mind you,
Jackson.
Meatloaf has the voice, but he wouldn't have fitted. Michael Jackson was... Nah, that's just
No.
weird. That's just wrong. That's just... the Phantom of the Opera, he's here.
Alright. So,
That ain't going to work.
same with John Travolta and Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas, maybe. Maybe. I think the direction in this film was actually very good, and the editing was excellent, and the set design, the costume design, the choreography. Where it was let down a bit was the dialogue was pretty poor. When they weren't singing, when they were talking, it wasn't great. The story could have been sharpened up and cut down a bit. It could have been brought in. You know, there were bits that they were just repeating stuff. It could have gone a bit shorter. And in terms of the acting, it was quite overacted, wasn't it? It was very melodramatic and overacted, but it suited the style of the film. So that's not a real complaint. But that's how it was, you know. In terms of the music, like I said, I thought there was 2 really good songs, and I wasn't much taken with the rest of it. The music, I mean. But having said that, it sounds like I didn't like it at all. I did like it. I thought it was quite good. Good choice, I think. And it was a film I would just not have sat down and watched unless it just happened to be on and I wasn't really doing anything else. So I'm glad you chose it. Okay, what'd you rate it out of 100?
80-ish.
80ish. Right, I'll give it 65. I quite liked it. And
Oh no, I've just found the IMDb.
7
It equals out 7.2.
7.2, which is what we usually have. And I come under, you come over, and the average usually equates to IMDb. We tend to do that, don't we? So we kind of agree with IMDb, I guess. I personally would say this. I'd recommend this for a rental, or if it's on the TV. Do you think it's a buy or a rent?
Probably a rent, at
Yeah.
least to watch it once.
I'd say do your very best to try and watch this on a big TV, big screen, because the colour and the design is worth, it's worth getting a big eyeful of this if you're going to watch
Especially
it.
the inappropriately musicked overture. It's sort of like, well, take off the sheet.
No, I like that. I like that. I thought that was a good. That was just a cinematic device for moving from one era to another. I didn't quite understand why they even bothered with the
Overture.
bookmarking. Yeah, the book ending. Sorry, 50 years later, there's people standing around selling bits of the opera. It didn't really need it, but that was fine.
Oddly, the number for the chandelier, the lot, was 666.
Really?
Yeah.
How weird. Alright then, I think that we've said all we want to about the Phantom. Okay, if you want to leave us feedback, you can leave us feedback on the email address info@thegoodthebadandtheodd.com, or you can go to our website and leave feedback on www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. We would like to hear some feedback. We don't get any. We'd certainly probably talk about it if we did get some, so you could be the first. Other than that, it's bye from me.
Bye.